2. Non-self. Thoroughly refuting liberalism's fundamental delusion of a real self, atomic individual, and egocentrism. 2. 无我，彻底破斥自由主义实我，原子个体，自我中心根本妄指。The Sayukta-Dhamma takes all dharmas are without self as the core of the three seals, clarifying that no dharma has a fixed, independent, permanent self-nature. Nagarjuna the Mulamadhyamakakarika, examination of dharma states, if the self were the five aggregates, the self would be subject to arising and ceasing. If the self were different from the five aggregates, it would not possess the characteristics of the five aggregates, refuting self-attachment doubly, completely negating an independent, substantial, separable self. The Prajnaparamita Hridaya Sutra states, he perceives that the five aggregates are empty of inherent nature. Emptiness means non-self, no inherent nature, no separation, no opposition. The Mahaprajnaparamita Shastra repeatedly affirms, all dharmas are without self. All dharmas arise from conditions, none have inherent nature. Individual and society are both concatenations of conditions, no substance to cling. 2. No boundaries to sever. The fundamental fallacy of liberalism lies in clinging to a real self as an independent entity, opposing individual to society, negating wholesome dharmas with rights, dissolving virtue with choice, falling into the eternalist view of self-existence, and the extremist view of indulgence. 3. Great compassion as one body, universal compassion without conditions, transcending self, other opposition, revealing non-duality of individual and society. 3. 同体大悲，无缘大慈，破自他对立，显个体到社会不二。The Avatamsaka Sutra, chapter on the vows of Samantabhadra states, all beings are the roots, all Buddhas and Bodhisattvas are the flowers and fruits. Clarifying that self and other are one body, beings and individual are interdependent and non-dual. Individual and society are originally one. The Mahaprajnaparamita Shastra establishes universal compassion without conditions, great compassion as one body. Compassion not dependent on conditions, sorrow for beings as one's own body, no distinction between self and other, no individual social opposition, no self-other separation. The Bhattacharya Vatar states, self and other are equally empty, therefore one body and non-dual. The Bodhisattva practice is grounded in non-duality of self and other and unity of all beings, thoroughly opposing isolated self, selfishness, and conflict between individual and society. 4. Middle way remedy. Not abandoning conventional wholesome dharmas, not clinging to ultimate emptiness, harmonizing freedom and order 四中道救治，不废世俗善法，不执圣意空相，圆融自由与秩序。Conventional truth establishes self and other, ritual and law, good and evil, order and community, not indulging desires, not licensing choice, not negating the common good, not dissolving morality, consistent with the spirit of conservatism. Ultimate truth deeply realizes non-self, emptiness, unity, non-duality, not clinging to individual, society, order, good and evil, ritual and law, avoiding extremism, rigidity, and radicalism. Liberalism clings to the individual and abandons the common good, confused in conventional truth, deeply self-attached, indulging desires, splitting society. Conservatism clings to order and is ignorant of non-self and emptiness, not realizing ultimate truth, easily falling into rigidity and dogma. The Buddhist middle way harmonizes the two truths, non-duality of emptiness and form, non-duality of self and other, balancing freedom and virtue, symbiosis of individual and society. It both safeguards worldly stability, moral foundation, and orderly tradition, and breaks self-attachment, dharma attachment, split opposition, and extreme delusion. It provides the most ultimate, perfect, and thorough intellectual remedy for the crisis of modern civilization. Normlessness, moral decline, and deep individual social division. V from the Buddhist middle way, accord with conditions without clinging but don't you laissez-faire. Skillful teaching but don't you coercive intervention, detailed revision, complete scriptures and masters. 第5章，佛教中道视角。随缘不攀缘，不等于放任；善巧教化不等于强制干预、详尽增订。全经典，全祖师。5. Core scriptures summary full quotations plus exegesis plus boundary definition. 5.1 核心经典总摄全文引据加释义加边界界定。The Buddhist principle of according with conditions without clinging is by no means value neutrality, non-intervention, non-guidance, or laissez-faire as advocated by neoliberalism, but the ultimate middle way centered on the dual operation of compassion and wisdom, teaching according to capacity, fulfilling duty without clinging, and stopping evil and promoting good, every phrase supported by explicit scriptural evidence, no empty assertions. The core verse of the Lotus Sutra, Universal Gate of Avalokiteshvara Bodhisattva, translated by Kumarajiva. Whenever a being can be liberated through any form, the Bodhisattva manifests that form to teach the Dharma. Listing 33 forms including Brahma kings, Shakra, heavenly kings, householders, monks, boys and girls, humans and non-humans, manifesting according to category, responding proactively, guiding patiently, never observing passively or waiting indifferently. The Shuangama Sutra, chapter on Avalokiteshvara's perfect enlightenment, translated by Prajna, further clearly proclaims, my body accomplishes 32 responses, entering our lands, pervading the 10 directions, appearing in every realm. Whenever beings can be liberated through any form, I manifest that form to teach the Dharma and bring them to accomplishment, directly revealing the fundamental practice of bodhisattvas actively entering the world, breaking delusions, and guiding right views. According with conditions means teaching in accordance with beings' faculties, karmic conditions, identities and circumstances, never following evil, conforming to wrong, or abandoning order. Although the Kashitigarbha Bodhisattva Purva Pranidhana Sutra lacks the text of 32 responses, it establishes the fundamental great vow, until the hells are empty, I shall not become a Buddha. Until all beings are liberated, I shall attain enlightenment. The entire sutra repeatedly teaches good and evil, clarifies cause and effect, upholds right faith, stops evil and prevents harm, manifesting the compassionate vow of not abandoning any being and not neglecting any teaching, fully consistent with Avalokiteshvara's teaching through manifest forms. The Diamond Sutra, chapter on wondrous action without abiding, translated by Kumarajiva. One should generate the mind without abiding, anywhere. Without abiding means not clinging, not grasping results, not coercively manipulating, not clinging to the notion, I can liberate beings. Generating the mind means necessarily arousing compassion, teaching, protecting good and stopping evil, guiding beings toward goodness. Both are indispensable, never cold indifference of only not abiding, not generating mind. The Vimalakirti Nirdesha Sutra, chapter on Manjushri's inquiry about illness. With non-attainment, if there is non-attainment, there is no clinging, clarifying non-clinging, to the two attachments of self and Dharma, I am the liberator, they are the liberated. Yet not abandoning the duty of prescribing medicine according to illness, skillful instruction, and breaking delusions to realize awakening. Non-attainment is breaking attachment, not abandoning action. The Mahaprajnaparamita Shastra, chapter Seshabad, composed by Nagarjuna, translated by Kumarajiva, explicitly defines, according with conditions does not mean drifting with the secular, nor indulging with evil, but according with wholesome karmic conditions, right view conditions, and liberating conditions, taking stopping evil, promoting good, protecting right view, and guiding wholesome roots as absolute bottom line, no ambiguity allowed. THEAV, ATAM SAKA, SUTRA, CHAP, TERONTHE, VOW SOFS, AMANTAB. HEADRA, translated by SIKS ANANDA. Eternally accord with beings, rejoice in merits. The original meaning of this sutra is by no means indulging wrong views or conforming to the secular, but according with beings' wholesome roots, inspiring inherent Buddha nature, guiding to right view, and practicing wholesome dharmas. The sutra further states, eternally accord with right view without transgression, stay far from wrong view without following, clearly defining the ethical boundary of eternal accord. The Mahaparinirvana Sutra, chapter on Bodhisattva Kashapa. One who liberates others before oneself is the initial mind of a bodhisattva. One who abandons beings to benefit only oneself is an outsider, not Bodhi. Establishing that teaching, protecting, guiding, and encouraging goodness are the bounden duty of the bodhisattva path. Abandoning teaching violates the bodhicitta. The Sutra on the Good Son, translated by An Shigao, specifically teaches ethical order for lay practitioners, clarifying that parents to children, teachers to disciples, good friends to peers all bear the assisting condition duty of teaching goodness, regulating conduct, distinguishing right and wrong, and cultivating virtue. This duty cannot be abandoned, neglected, or evaded under the pretext of according with conditions.